him achieve what he wants to achieve, then you can have a discussion around that with the teachers. And the modern life is choices. You might want a doctor. You aspire that my son should be a doctor. But when you come here, you find that your son wants to be a musician. It should not be a point of conflict. Let us support them in their career choices and make it possible for them to achieve those dreams. The next thing, as I have said, with the new programs, there are new teething problems. One major one is textbooks, or what we call learning materials. The government is supposed to supply us with textbooks. Up to now, they are brought very few. Even in the market, the books are still very, very few because they have not been printed. So my appeal to you, if you can support, if you can get the textbooks wherever out there during this time that they are at home, please acquire for them a few as we wait for the government to provide. The government has provided with us a few copies of the English, which is a core subject or learning area. They have not brought for us mathematics. They have brought only ICT and also a few. So we are appealing to you. If you can afford, if you can get some few textbooks, learning resources for your son, please acquire a few as we wait to augment with the ones that the government is going to supply. Because that now is being done by the government. The schools cannot buy books. The books are brought by the government. So should you be able to get, please don't hesitate to support your learner so that they get the advantage of having the learning resources. Our teachers, as you have seen, they are here in their numbers and they have covered all the areas which we expect your learners to be facilitated in. Therefore, so far, your learners have been getting into contact with the teachers in their classrooms and learning. I want to assure you that learning has been going on. My request to you as my parents, CBE is a very, very resource-intensive curriculum. It requires a lot of things to be purchased. I know when they were in JSS or when they were in primary, there were things you are providing them with for school. The same thing happens at this level, but we might not directly ask you for resources. The only thing we ask you to do for us is to kindly make sure you pay your fees in time so that we are able to acquire for them what they need for learning. So I know it's not very easy. We have commitments. Some of you, when you came in, you are telling me you have taken one to Kenya High, but this one of Kanyawanga now, you don't have anything for him. You are paid for the one in Kenya High. When you say that, your son here starts to wonder whether you love him. They start to wonder, does my parents, do they love me really? That for me, they come to talk. But for my sister, si hapo umeanza kuleta kalaba kidogo. But we understood, we agreed. Many of you did very well. Many of you cleared their commitments to the school, and we really, really appreciate. So going forward, let us organize so that we can pay our fees in good time, so that the school is in a position to provide for their food at the age where they are. See, you see, they are looking very neat. Tumewalea vizuri. You will meet them shortly and look at their faces whether they have added weight or they have lost. But I want to assure you they have added weight. We have taken very good care of them and they are generally happy. So help us to make them happier and to make them enjoy their stay in Kanyawanga School. I would request again, the key factor for success, the most important factor of success is discipline. You can be bright, very bright, talented. But if you are not disciplined, your talent and the brain you have might not be productive for you. So discipline is key. There are people who are very talented. One of them is a football player in this country who was called Oliet. He was a talented footballer, very talented. But maybe because he was not brought up in a disciplined life, he played football for a very short time. Very short. But a guy who was very talented, who could have even played for some of the top leagues in the world. But what did he lack? He lacked discipline. Compare that to Onwong'a. For those of you who listen, who follow football, compare that to Onwong'a. Onwong'a is one of, or even Victor, the Wanyamas. They are among the most successful Kenyan footballers. What was the difference? In terms of skills, Oliet was much more skilled than any of them. But what did he lack? He lacked discipline. So I want to appeal to us to ensure that our children, our boys, we start at home to engage them in developing values and virtues that are going to help them in life. We have a problem with the current generation. They don't want to take instructions. Sasa kwenye nyumbani mnaona hii. They have difficulty with following even very simple instructions. So we have to encourage them to learn to follow instructions. Listen to their teachers, because that is what will make them succeed in their academic endeavors. So as you talk to them when they go back home, stress to them the need for discipline. Some of you here are officers. You even sit in interviews. You interact with people who have come to look for jobs. Some people present very good papers, very good. But now when you get to this person to open their mouths to talk, you start wondering whether those papers are actually theirs. Shida iko wapi? The papers are A, but this person cannot even make a complete sentence in English. He has come for interview. Where is the missing link? So we are happy that we are in a new system which is now going to encourage and develop talents. Therefore, we are not going to be in a situation where we will be looking for grades. Search for grades has been the problem in this country. People want grades which they cannot support. I know some of you in your homes, or even in your relatives, you are people who passed KCSE. They went to university, but now they are back at without completing. It might be your neighbor's boy, your neighbor's daughter. Some of you have attended funerals of some of these young people who have committed suicide at the university. Because he came from a school with A. Now he has been admitted for medicine. You as a parent, you expect him to do what? Do medicine and become a doctor. You are walking in the village telling people, my son is a doctor. While your son is just in Nairobi there, because nowadays life is so easy. You pay their rent, you give them food, so they can live there without doing anything for even 5 years, and you support them and you don't know what they are doing there. So when the graduation time comes, that is when now you realize this fella has not been going to school. What will the fella do? He dies. Because as a father, as a mother, you expected a doctor. Now he's defeated. So let us encourage our learners to do their best using their individual abilities. Lastly, as you travel back home with them, I know a few of them have had cases of their things misplaced here and there because they are new. We are going to do our best as a school to enhance security. We are in the process of installing a new set of CCTV which is going to cover all the schools, all parts of the schools, including the dorms, so that in future we will be able to identify who went where and did what. So we'll require your support in this and your prayers. So we are going to break into your streams so that you discuss individual issues with your individual streams. Because if your son wants to be a musician and another one wants to be an engineer, they sit in different classes, they have their own different issues. That's why we want you to go and sit in each stream is going to sit in their own stream to discuss their own issues and how best they can support their children in that stream to achieve their dreams. Thank you very much, and may God bless each and every one of us. The MC will give further directions on what we are going to do. After you have met, one of the things you are going to do in those class meetings is to choose a class representative who will be sitting in meetings where decisions will be made regarding the school and your class. So, the requirement is give us a committed person. Some of them will be required to sit in the board of management. Therefore, the lowest grade somebody should have is Form 4 certificate. So you must have Form 4 certificate. At least you did Form 4 before you can be chosen as a class representative. We would also request you balance them. Give us ladies and give us gentlemen. I am happy with the mix here. It's like we are 50-50. Eh? There are equal number of wazee and equal number of the ladies. So in your wisdom, you will be guided by your class teacher. Get us one to represent you in those meetings. May God bless each and every one of us.